Jim Otto. I'm the Vice President of Marketing for a locally owned and operated motorcycle dealership group. We own Mile High Harley-Davidson Aurora, Parker, Grand Prix Motorsports, and Foothills. Also, I am a 12-month out of the year motorcycle rider and commuter. And once this law, SB 24079, was passed, I was really excited to see that we'll have this opportunity. However, there's a lot of misinformation and not enough information about this out there. And I'm lucky enough that the City of Arvada and Officer Dave Snelling is here to help kind of clear that up and share his insight into what this law allows motorcyclists to do and not do.
So Jim, I've been a police officer with the Arvada Police Department for over 30 years. 11 of those years I spent in the traffic unit, riding a motorcycle almost every day of the year, not quite as dedicated as you. I appreciate this opportunity for you to come in and us to create a public service announcement together so we can inform not just motorcycle riders, but the motoring public in the four-wheel variety of exactly what the lane filtering laws are going to mean to them come August 7th. Lane filtering laws is a new law that's been passed. It cannot and should not be confused with lane splitting. Can we agree on that?
Absolutely. I think there's been some mistakes in people communicating that. So what is the difference between lane filtering and lane splitting? Because this is not lane splitting. I don't even want to say the S word.
I totally agree with you. Lane filtering has everything to do with stopped traffic and nothing to do with moving traffic, the way I understand this law today. So that when traffic is in multi-lanes at a stoplight, they come up, as long as the vehicles are stopped, a motorcycle, while staying within the lane where there's enough room, may filter down to the front of the line. So when that light changes, it's that motorcyclist's responsibility to either move in front of traffic and move over at the appropriate speed, or to move over into a safe space between vehicles once traffic is flowing again. Does that make sense?
It does. So this law goes into effect in August 7th of 2024. And motorcyclists, we're simple folk. Can we boil it down to like the 3 do's, or what can we do as it relates to this law?
I think so. I think if you boil it down is to, number one, pass internally, filter through the lane when it's safe, which means there's enough room for your bike. Number 2, don't go above 15 miles an hour. And number 3, if lanes are moving or there's not multiple lanes, then you can't filter through the lane.
Okay. And then what can't we do? Like, what are we totally not allowed to do?
You know, if that traffic is moving, so it doesn't even have to be on a highway. Say it's on a 2-lane road, say it's on a Wadsworth Boulevard or Sheridan Boulevard in the city, in the metro area, you're not allowed to split those lanes. You're not allowed to maneuver where you may have room and traffic is going, but as long as the wheels are turning on those cars, according to this law, you shouldn't be splitting the traffic. Okay. It's incredibly dangerous, and really the only person that's going to lose is probably going to be the motorcycle rider.
Mm-hmm. You know, and yeah, we're fairly perishable out there. Looking at, riding around with the number of cars and the percentage of motorcyclists versus cars, what can car drivers do to help make it safer for everybody involved?
Absolutely. So, it seems like sometimes the four-wheel public and the two-wheel public may naturally kind of have a bit of a rub or an adversarial relationship sometimes, and that really shouldn't be. The lanes of the road are for all of us. Right. So what four-wheel traffic could do is when they come to a stop, if they can, slowly move apart and make that lane a little bit wider for a motorcycle to pass, that just inherently is making the road safer for motorcyclists. One of the reasons, or one of the studies behind some of these laws, are the fact that motorcyclists that are stopped in traffic are at a higher percentage for getting struck than as if they were to move through traffic and to the front of the line or closer. It's moving them out of that spot of danger behind stopped traffic, which are a great percentage of accidents. I've seen them here at Arvada in my 30 years where a motorcyclist is stopped and for some reason a motorist just doesn't see him. And the other thing is, if a motorcyclist is coming up, kind of be courteous. If it seems like it's really tight and it's really close, we know that most people defend their car or feel like their car is a castle, and you don't want to get too close and inadvertently hit a rut, hit some small bump, lose a second of attention, clip a mirror, or scratch a car. Then it's just going to become more of a sticking point between motorcycles and the four-wheeling kind.
Yeah, so motorcycles, some tips that you have a lot of experience and probably a lot more training than I have. But motorcycles, like what tips would you have for motorcycles who are even considering trying to use this as a way to just move through traffic, get out of the heat, not get hit from behind?
Yeah. Number one, why am I going to filter through here? All right. Am I really in a spot in traffic? Is the weather maybe bad? Think about why am I going to filter through here? Have I felt comfortable on this road the entire time? And for the four-wheel public, it really does kind of shorten that line in each lane. If not that there's a ton of motorcycles, but if they're moving out. The other thing is basically, if it doesn't fit, don't even try it.
Yeah.
If it looks like you're going to be even close, again, you clip a mirror on one of these trucks nowadays, it's easily $500 right then and there. So money you could be putting in your tank into a motorcycle to go for a longer ride, you're going to be doling out to pay for somebody's mirror.
Yeah.
Because if the car is stopped, you're going to be at fault for that clip. So basically it is it worth it? And have your head on a swivel when you're going to do it? And make sure you got enough room. Not incredibly complicated, but there's going to be all kinds of reasons why you think you should do it. And like everything on a motorcycle, you need to think about, oh, is this worth it? Is speeding up worth it? Is this safe? And again, we're our best ally in defensive driving and keeping our head on a swivel, even when traffic's stopped.
I just want to thank you, the City of Arvada, for taking some time to really share your insight and authority to help people understand what lane filtering is and that it is legal, and to help us spread the word from a motorcycle community and to the public car community as well.
The four-wheel community.
The four-wheel community.
Absolutely. I think the motorcycling community in the state of Colorado will use this law appropriately, obviously, or they're going to lose it. And I think the four-wheel community, this is a great chance, you coming to us to be a community sponsor in this public information announcement, to share the word that, look, motorcycles may be moving in between. Just keep your eyes open, no last-minute lane changes, and give them a little bit of room and a little bit of grace.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.